Yo, what up, YouTube? You got the Sarge here. Yo, shout out to the Crop Nation crew. What up, my peeps? Hey, good luck to the fellas heading out to Vegas, man. Hope y'all, let's do this. As CP99 was out, I'll give you guys a skadoosh. All right, good luck, fellas. I'll be checking in on Skype, seeing how it's going for you. So, yep. All right, so I'm gonna do something a little different today. Something I ain't did in a, well, I don't normally do, but we'll talk a little bit about the release, okay? I know, and this isn't for you well-established shooters. You know, this is not for you. You might be able to pick up something off of it. I don't know, but this is for you guys that are just starting out and having a problem with your release. Cause I've worked hard on my release with George from CY and David from Same Bet. Yo, big shout out to you fellas. Okay, and you know, they really helped me work on coming up with a solid release, and I feel good about when I release the dice. Everything else after that is just hitting my target landing zone and all that. So, what has helped me to get a better release, okay, because I was struggling with it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the camera angle that I'm using is specifically the camera angle that if you're having a problem with your release, you wanna use a camera, a head-on angle like this, so you can see your release. And I'm not, this isn't gonna be from far away, you know, so you're not gonna get a good close-up, but I'm gonna talk through it anyhow. So, anyhow, a lot of time when you release the dice, you know, like George from CY, most of us use the three-finger grip, three-finger over-the-top grip, and you know, just drop the dice out, just barely move your thumb and let the dice roll off, okay? And Same Bet got some great video on his channel that shows it, and actually he sent me a couple videos that has helped me immensely. So once again, big shout out to Dave over there, Same Bet, okay? So, but in working on my release, what I've come away with is Joe Banda had sent out a little video few weeks back, a little while back, talking about a dice barrel, okay? So I actually made me one. That's what I got here. And what I found out, this helps if you're working on, if you're having a problem with your release, you know, getting the dice to come off your fingers, okay? This helps quite a bit. And I'm gonna tell you, I know it's easier said than done to get those dice to just roll off your fingertips, okay? But here's what I've done. This is what has helped me. It might help you, so I'm just putting this out there, okay? I took Joe Banda's dice barrel. I know he didn't come up with it, but he's the one that kind of put it out there and, you know, refocused me in that direction of dice barrel. So I'm gonna say Joe Banda's dice barrel. Once again, big shout out to Joe Banda. And in throwing it, here's what I did, okay? And you can try this. If you're working on your release, use 2 fingers, okay? Don't just jump right into it with 3 fingers. I know that's the standard grip we all use, that 3-finger grip, like that, over the top, okay? With the thumb in the back, okay? I don't know how well this is showing up on camera, but just use 2 fingers and practice throwing the dice, you know, using that pincer grip. And your other 2 fingers, don't even let them touch the dice. Don't let them touch the dice, okay? Just have them sitting off. What you really want to do is practice throwing this dice barrel with just 2 fingers and get it to flow smoothly, evenly, and hit, okay? Might be a little rough at first, but just 2 fingers. That's all we're going with, 2 fingers, okay? As you throw it, the other 2, just keep them off the dice. Don't put them on the dice, okay? We'll put them on the dice later, but so I'm gonna show you the toss, what it looks like, okay? So I'm gonna go down there and here's what it's gonna look like. This is with 2 fingers only. Dice out. Okay. That was one toss. I'm gonna do it again. And as I don't know how to edit. I'm not. I am not a techie guru by any means. Okay, guys like Same Bet and Josh from CY and quite a few guys out there. I'm kind of old school. So, but you can slow down the video as I release, and use your slow mo, the YouTube slow mo, and at a 0.25 setting, and look at the dice as it comes out. And again, I wish I could zoom in here so you could see this, but okay. Again, we're going back. Just two fingers. Two fingers. Here we go. Dice out. Okay. And what you're gonna get, what you're trying to get is the dice to rotate on axis, nice and smooth. Don't worry about the landing. The landing you can, you'll be able to work on the landing afterwards. Right now, all you're trying to do is get the dice to fly in flight, nice, evenly, and smooth, and then hit the deck, and that's the main thing, because that's gonna help you with your release. Because as you release them, it's absolutely no wrong way to screw up this release. And when you bring your hand up, the dice are naturally gonna come out, and they're gonna have a nice spin to them, So, so let's do it. I'm gonna do it 2 more times. Okay, again, all we're using is 2 fingers, just 2 fingers. The other 2 fingers, when I have my hand, I wish let's see. When I pick the dice up, I'm coming in with just 2 fingers over the top, about halfway down, so it looks like this. Okay, don't know if you can see that. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, and then when I place my hand on the table, okay, it looks more like, how does that show up? Okay, with the dice above, and the other 2 fingers are off. They're not touching the dice. So it's literally, I think this is called a pencil grip. Okay, where you just using your 2 fingers like a, like a crab or an ant or something that has pincers, to pinch whatever. So, all right, let's get a couple more throws in. Again, 2 fingers. Here we go. Dice out. Okay. That was an alright throw. What we're trying to do is keep the dice barrel level and flight, and then that's the main thing. And feel the release. Feel the dice as they come off your fingers. Again, here goes. Dice out. Okay. I don't know. I got my landing zone cam here. I guess I can see if I can put my finger in front of it and show. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. This is when I pick them up. This is what it looks like. Okay, right now, with just this pencil grip. Okay, so practice just throwing like this with a dice barrel, and actually, so after you did that a few times and you feel good, your dice barrel is staying level in flight, then go ahead and now we're gonna add the fingers. But when we add the fingers, here's the funny thing. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna take and lay the fingers on the dice. We ain't squeezing the dice or anything. The only thing doing the action, just like we've been doing, is a pencil grip. Okay, these our thumb and our middle finger. Now we're gonna take and bring the other 2 fingers into the picture. Okay, See if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can. We're just gonna bring them up so they just lightly touch the dice. Okay, lightly touch the dice, and we're doing the same thing, the same throw, and all we're doing is now we're putting index finger and our ring finger on the dice gently, very lightly, so they just ever so slightly touching the dice. Okay, and here goes. Again, this is done with a dice barrel. Okay, here we go. Dice out. Okay. That was one toss. Okay, let's go back, do it again. Same thing. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna show you the grip I'm using. This is me. Okay, I put my thumb all the way down in the back, and then my fingers across the front. I put them about almost 3/4, so I call it full and 3/4. So on the back side, the dice, actually my fingers are almost about halfway to 3/4 the way down the back of the dice from where I'm standing. Okay, so and all they're doing right now is again the pincer grip, and then just gently let your other two fingers touch the dice. Okay, all they're doing is touching the dice face, and of course you want to keep your fingers, try to keep them as even as possible. Like you'll see George, Josh from CY does. Some of the guys do this just before they pick up the dice. They'll even up their fingers, and then they'll bring them in. I do that sometime. Press down, even up your fingers so you get them nice straight across. Okay, then pick the dice up. You can do that. Okay, but when I pick my dice up, what I normally do is I'll take and I'll squeeze the dice together. I'll put my two fingers on the outside. Okay, so it looks like this, and I'm squeezing them together tightly. Okay, so really it's a 4-point contact. Two fingers on the outside and the middle finger. Okay, then I'll slide my thumb all the way down. Then I'll adjust the front. Okay, I'll take, move the other two off the side so I got my pincer grip, and then lay the other two fingers gently on the dice, and that's it. I'm gonna throw this. Here we go. Let's go back. Dice out. Okay, so again, each time I throw, you can slow it down and look at it in slow-mo if it helps you, and look at the dice in flight. I mean, from right now where I'm at, they look like they're staying pretty even. Okay, so I would say try that to work on your release, because really, instead of trying to get all your fingers in there and squeezing and all that stuff, you need to get accustomed to just feeling the dice on your thumb and middle finger. Once you release it, there's absolutely no way you can release this throw wrong. Okay, after you throw it a couple of times, you'll see what I mean, and you'll be able to adjust slightly just using two fingers. Then eventually, once you see the dice flying straight, add those other two fingers on the outside, add them in there lightly, and just keep throwing the same throw. Again, the dice barrel is the easiest way to go. So once you get that down, let's do one more throw with it. So again, I'll show you my grip. I come in, let's see, come in sideways, come in, okay, pick them up. Okay, sometimes when I pick them up to even up the dice, cause sometimes your dice they split at the bottom. Okay, so what I'll do is, as I'm pushing them in, I kind of do this with the dice. I don't know if you can see. I call it a dice check. It's just something I do real quick. to make sure the dice are locked together. Then I squeeze in, okay? Then once I'm squeezed in on the side, I'll take and bring my fingers up to the front, okay? Now I'm ready to throw, okay? I'm ready to throw. All right, so let's throw this one more time. Dice out. Okay. So the dice flew relatively evenly, and again, not paying too much attention to with the landing zone right now, because as you become more and more proficient, you're gonna figure out your optimum landing zone, and landing zone will change based on tables and stuff. But your table at home, you should be able to figure out whether you have a table or like me, a throwing rig. You know, you should be able to figure out. I'm talking to this camera. Should be talking over here. Should be able to figure out where your optimum landing zone is for your table and how it bounces. Okay, so that's thrown with the dice barrel. Now, once you get that down and you're able to, again, just go to get some nice throws down, nice 3-finger grip, and this is for 3 finger. It probably can work for other throws too, but once you get your 3-finger grip down and you're throwing using the dice barrel and everything feels good, now we're gonna graduate and take it up to the next level. And where my dice at? And we're gonna go, now we'll go to full dice, okay? We're gonna go to full dice. And again, you know, 2 separate dice. I'm saying full dice. I'm gonna use my regular set. 2, 3, 6, 3. Okay? And now, all right, I am going to, all right, so we're gonna start off the same way, okay? Using the pincer grip. Again, instead of just, I guess you could reach in lightly and just pick the dice up, but then when you do that, I don't know if you can see it here, you'll end up with a gap at the bottom of the dice. You don't want that, because I gotta squeeze the dice together and that gap goes away. So that's why when I pick them up, I use a four-point contact. I come in over the top, okay? I slide my thumb down to the base of the dice, and while I got them down there, then, okay, this is what it looks like. I got 3-point contact right now. Then I adjust my front finger, okay, my middle finger to where I want it, which is about 50% to halfway down the dice face, for me anyhow. And then, once I do that, then I can take the 2 off the side and bring them around to meet up with the front, okay, with my middle finger. And there we go, now we're set. And my thumb, like I said, is all the way down to the base of the dice. Sometimes I'll move it up just a tad to about 3/4 the way. And okay, so the dice feel just like that dice barrel that we was just throwing. Okay, it feels the same exact way. Okay, nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna throw this. Okay, we're gonna throw this actually, we're not gonna throw it off of 3 fingers yet. We're gonna throw it just using the pincer grip once again. We're gonna throw using just these 2 fingers once again. Once we get ready to throw, when I lay it out, this is what's gonna look like. These 2 fingers on the bottom, okay, my index and ring finger are not gonna be used. We're just gonna take and throw using the thumb and the ring finger, okay? But like I said, before I pick them up, to get all the play out the dice, I squeeze them in using my 4-point contact, okay? The 2 fingers on the outside, okay? 2 fingers on the outside, so I got my thumb, I got this finger on the side, my index finger, and the middle finger, okay? And now I can take these other 2 fingers off, and I got the dice nice and tight, feeling like the dice barrel that we just threw. And now we're gonna throw this, okay? Let's do this. Dice out. Okay. One dice flew a little bit higher than the other, but that's okay. We can adjust for that. Okay. So let's do it again. All right. Again. I gotta use my, if you can pull it off using just a regular grip, where you even up your fingers before throwing, come in and squeeze them, great. It probably can work that way too. Matter of fact, let me see if I can just throw off of that. All we're doing right now is a 2-finger grip. Okay. Nice sound. Okay. All right, I threw that, but there wasn't much rotation on the dice. Okay. They came out, stayed relatively together, but there wasn't any spin on them. Okay. Want to get a little spin on them, So, all right, here goes. Going back to our pickup. Again, using a 2-finger. Okay, looks like this. When we get ready to throw, all we're gonna do is place our hand down, keep these other 2 fingers off the dice, and we're gonna throw just like this, okay? All right, let's take it down, let's throw this. Dice out. All right. They came apart in flight, but stayed relatively level. Okay. All right. So here we go. Gonna move in. Do this one more time. All right. Using my 4-finger pickup. Okay. Thumb all the way down. Middle finger halfway down. Squeeze the dice together nicely. Let's throw this. Dice out. Bad throw. Bad throw. Anyhow, let's see if I can get one more throw in. Okay, because this should be acting. You want it to look and feel just like it did with the dice barrel, okay? Want to get that same feel, right? So here goes. All right, squeeze them in nice and tight. Here we go. Dice out. Okay. So that had lots of good rotation on it. Again, don't worry about the landing zone. You can work on your landing zone. That's going to be something that you have to work on and take a little bit off your toss. But right now, all we're trying to do is, this is really working towards the release so your dice come out together, because I know it's difficult because trust me, I talked with Sane Bet and George from CY about this many times, and it wasn't until recently I just had an epiphany on it and figured out how to go about getting release. Because before my release, and I had to use slow-mo to see it in real time. I was the dice wasn't coming off my finger like I thought. Okay, kind of just like rolling off the edges. What was happening was I was releasing, I don't know, how can I say? It's hard to say. I don't even want to get back into it because it might cause me to pick up bad habits. Anyhow, so once you've, let's get one more throw down, okay? One more throw using the 2-finger, we call it pincer grip, okay? Again, come in, squeeze them in together from the side tightly, okay? finger all the way down. Pick them up. 2 fingers. The other 2 fingers, we're just gonna lay at the bottom, not touching the dice, not touching. Okay, let's throw this. Dice out. Okay. Anyhow, so not a good throw, not one of my best, but you get the idea. Okay. So once you once you get some throws down, under your belt, using the pincer grip just like you did with the dice barrel, and if you haven't set back, go back to the dice barrel and throw that so you get that feel. Okay. Get the feel that you're gonna feel the dice coming off just those 2 fingers. All right. Now let's go ahead and add the other 2 fingers. Our index finger, gonna add our index finger and our ring finger into the equation. Okay. Again, I'm gonna show the pickup. Okay. So this is my pickup here. I slide my thumb all the way down to the base of the dice. Okay. Then my other 3 fingers come in over the top. Okay, and I try to even them up. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, and this is what it's gonna look like. Okay, the other 2. Now we just added in our index and our ring finger. All we're doing is just laying them on the dice. We just laying them. They're just touching the dice, really. As I was told by Saint Bet, you know, your index finger and your ring finger, they help to control the spin of the dice. Okay, so, and really, when you release the dice, you're releasing off your thumb and your middle finger. The other 2 are used to control the spin rate of the dice. Okay, all right, let's throw this. All right, here goes. Dice out. Okay. That was kind of uneven in flight a little, but the dice stayed on axis. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to get our dice to stay on axis. That was a 5-2, but again, we're not so much worried about what we throw when we are practicing our grip and all that stuff. Okay. Really, probably shouldn't even be worrying about setting the dice, but I like setting them regardless. Okay, so yeah. So again, here we go with the pickup. Again, I use these 2 fingers on the outside to squeeze the dice in while bringing my thumb down to the base, and then bringing my middle finger down. And then once my middle finger comes into play, I can take these other 2 fingers, flip them over, and then just lightly rest them at the bottom. They're not doing anything. I can move them if I want. Okay, I just lightly rest them there. Okay, same thing we just did with the dice barrel. Let's throw this. Okay, here we go. Dice out. Okay, so, and like I said, don't get discouraged if your dice are splatting, going all over the place. The main thing that you're working on here is your release. You want to feel those dice coming off your finger. Okay, let's go with the 5-4, 5-4. All right, let's pick them up. Okay, squeeze, get them in there. Do my little wiggle dice check, lock check as I like to think of it, and then just as I flip them over, these other 2 fingers just come, okay, and gently rest on the bottom of the dice. Gently, they just touch the dice. Let's throw this. Dice out. Here we go. Dice out. Here we go. That was a 4.26. Okay, 4.26. And when you throw, you know, you'll figure out your velocity and all that stuff, and which will cause you to hit the target landing zone. You know, but right now, just work on your release. Get that release down. I was listening to George. I was listening to Big Easy talking to George the other day about how difficult the release was. You know, how hard it is to get it, and you know, I'm sure there's other guys out there that's having issue with it too. You know, again, you older established shooter, you guys that's been, you know, deep in the game, you know what I'm talking about. You got your release down, but it's, you know, it's an unnatural thing to feel those dice coming off your fingers, okay? To get them to roll off your fingertip. So that's why I said, once you get them in there, okay, pick them up. We're just gonna take out the two fingers and gently move them into the bottom. All they're doing is touching the dice. They're not squeezing the dice or anything. They just touch the dice ever so slightly. Let's throw this. Here we go. Dice out. Okay. All right, I'm gonna throw the next. I'm gonna throw a couple of throws here. Just solid throws, real. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get do 5 throws here. And feel free to slow them down if it helps you. Okay. Dice out. All right. It's a 5.16. 5.16, easy 6. Right. I'm going to use the hard way set for this, just for the hell of it. So, using the 5.4, 5.4. All right. Here we go. Dice out. All right. 10, 10. Unaccessed primary. So the dice did exactly what I wanted them to do that time. Okay. There we go. Hard 10. All right. Let's do 2 more throws. Dice out. All right, that's gonna be midnight. All right, boxcar. All right, this last one. All right, here goes. Dice out. Alright. And that's going to be a midnight. So, again, the main thing that I wanted to get across in this video is for you guys out there, new shooters that's trying to get into, you know, controlling the dice, influencing the dice, whatever you want to call it. The dice barrel, start off with the dice barrel, okay? With the, use your two finger grip, pincer grip, and just practice throwing from that, okay? And then once you feel good, okay, if you're using a three finger grip, Then, whoops, there we go. Start off with the pincer, add them other two fingers in the equation, then your ring and your index finger just lightly at the bottom of the dice, and release them, okay? Okay, you're gonna, yeah, after a while it'll just, it'll come more and more natural, but that's the easiest way I can think of helping anyone. Hopefully this video helps a little. Hopefully this video helps a little. But like I said, this dice barrel, and just, you know, if you're into practicing with dice, you should have a bunch of extra dice lying around. Just find a set, glue them together. You know, one drop of glue. Don't be like me. I end up gluing these to the sink in my bathroom accidentally. After I glued them, I put them down, went back to pick them up, and they were stuck. Wife wasn't happy about that. So, yeah. Anyhow, you know, glue them together. Make yourself that dice barrel. Then practice. Start off with your 2-finger pincer grip. Okay, 2-finger. Then go down to add your other 2 fingers in. Let them touch. Then after you feel good with that, then go get yourself your pair of dice and do the same thing. Start off with the pincer grip once again, okay? And then after you get a couple throws in and you feel good about that, add your other 2 fingers in, just lay them on the bottom of the dice, and then, you know, go for that release. All right, so anyhow, I don't want to get too long-winded here. Said that. I think I said enough. So, hey, it's been the Sarge, trying to, you know, put out a little video on trying to get your release grip together. And as far as throwing, I don't want to get into that, but you know, when that's a whole nother subject. But when I throw the dice, okay, I actually lock my hand straight out in front of me. I don't know if that's seeable from here. You know, when I pick them up, some people bend their elbow. I used to do that. Now I lock my hand straight out. Think golf swing. If you ever, I don't play golf, but I had a couple buddies show me, and they said you got to keep your hand straight out when you got that club in your hand. You know, so I lock this hand straight out when I pick the dice up, okay? And when I bring it back on the release, I just use a small pendulum. I don't know, can we see that? A small pendulum, come back, okay? Small pendulum, come back, and release. So, but again, I don't know, that's enough info for you to digest. Let's leave it there. Hey, it's been the Sarge in the backyard getting it in. Stay safe, my peeps, Crap Nation. Sarge out.